What is good, guys? So today was an interesting day kasi basically I lost like $315. I think that was 300. Let me check. I lost like 300 something dollars. And then I made back $444 dollars today. So let's break down let's break down what happened in our trade. Okay, so looking at the 4-hour chart, tanggal muna natin to. Okay. So looking at the 4-hour chart, like you can see that price London session. So I was trading at London session 4 p.m. 3 p.m. So let's go down to 1 hour. You can see that London session swept out these uh weekly low. So this was the low last week and we swept that out. So naturally, like for me, that's telling me like okay, even though price is like bearish on the market structures bearish on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, like this is a sweep that I cannot like disregard simply because it's a high resistance liquidity. It's a weekly low, no. So with that, I was potentially like I was looking for longs with that sweep. So waited patiently, and then so this was the first sweep, right? And then price made an inverse on this 5-minute fair value gap. So this became an inverse fair value gap right here. And well, it was kind of my fault honestly kasi I immediately jumped into the trade right after price made that uh, inverse fair value gap in the 5 minutes. So like when this candle closed above this fair value gap and it ultimately inversed it, like I was in the trade, like I jumped in and I was targeting like these London, I sorry, these Asian session highs because we had lots of draws on liquidity to the upside. So like that gave me more confluence to say that all right, like it would make sense for price to go upwards, right? Kasi that's where liquidity is at, and basically there's just like no more liquidity left to the downside, right? So there was no more liquidity to the downside. So I was looking for longs to take out these multiple liquidities to the upside. But as you can see, price ended up stopping me out and sweeping out this low again. So honestly, my fault. What I should have done here was that even though price made like a bullish market structure on the 5 minute, I should have waited more and scaled down to the 1 minute where I could have possibly saved myself from a stop loss. Like If I scale, because I did not scale during this trade, I did not scale down to the 1 minute. So I was just purely relying on the 5 minute on this trade. But if I scaled down to the 1 minute, I could have possibly seen something that I did not want to see, which would probably make me not want to enter the trade just yet. But I did not. So enter the trade. I should have waited for more confluence. That was my mistake on this one. I should have waited for more confluence on the 1 minute. Like I should have waited for like either an order block or a breaker block or like uh, a fair value gap. I should have waited for those confirmation confluence in the 1 minute and waited for a good reaction out of it. But instead, like I jumped straight into the trade. So that led to me getting swept out. Right. So I got swept out right here. But despite that, like I was pretty confident that price was gonna go up. So like after getting stopped out, so like uh I lost like 170. I lost like $340. So like this was two positions. This was one of my positions. I lost $340 in that trade. But I was like still willing to take longs, especially after I saw that right after the sweep, no, right after we got that liquidity sweep again, like sad to say, I became liquidity. We got a break of structure. So we got a break of structure right here. There. So when I saw that price immediately broke structure in the 5 minute right after sweeping liquidity, like I was still like, okay, bet. Like, I am willing to take another trade off of this. I'm willing to take a trade out of this again with like half of my normal risk size. So what I did this time was waited for price after the break of structure here. I waited for price to come down and retrace towards this 5 minute order block. There. So I waited for price to come down, retrace that order block, and then when I saw that we had a good reaction out of it, um, that's when I entered long, like right here. Stop just below this current low and placed my take profit at this major high right here. This was like a 15-minute high. Yeah. So this was initially my first take profit if I did not get stopped out on my first trade. And well, eventually price came up and took out these Asian session highs as well, which was my full take profit on my first trade, not on this current trade. On this current trade, on my second trade, like on this re-entry that I did right here, um, this was my full take profit. I did not take partials on either of these highs. just went full take profit just so I could like get back the money that I lost today. I sort of I guess I revenge traded today, but like it still made sense, you know. So it made sense for me. I saw how price move and it made sense to me why it did that. So like as long as price was making sense to me, like I was still confident in the trade. I was still uh, I was still willing to put on a risk because I was confident, right? So I was confident on that trade, but I did somehow revenge traded on this one, honestly. But yeah, eventually things went as planned, and at the end of the day, I was able to earn um, $118. So this was so from this second trade, this re-entry, I was able to earn like $463, which took out my previous loss and made a couple more hundred in profit. So yeah, that's how my day played out today. Weekly PNL is looking so good right now, bro. So hopefully we end this week on a green PNL. Hopefully we stay profitable for this week. Uh, yeah. So that's how this trade played out. Hopefully you guys weren't hopefully you guys did not turn liquidity from this move, unlike me, which well, it happens, guys. So if you guys become liquidity, don't bother. Just like move on and learn from it, and like don't let it affect you too much. Yeah, there's always new opportunities in the market. So if you became liquidity today, just do your best to learn from that current trade that you took, and do your best not to become liquidity the next day, and just keep repeating the process until you know you don't become liquidity all the time. Like even the best traders, they eventually become liquidity, bro. Like there's not a single trader out there that never became liquidity. Even if they're profitable, even if they're like a profitable trader already, and their like win rate is either like 70-80%, which is a bit unreasonable, but even the best traders out there eventually become liquidity, bro. That's just the truth about the markets. So yeah, hope this video helped you guys, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow if we find a new setup. So bye, peace.